Who has an interest in shopping? No. Pop bands?
No.
No. Music?
No.
No. Cooking? No. Trains?
Yes.
I'm Harriet Morgan and I'm 14 years old. Now you may think that the age of steam is dead, but here on the Festiniog Railway in North Wales it's very much alive. If you want to know more, come with me and I'll show you around. The railway was built about 150 years ago, originally to take slate from the slate mines in Festiniog down to Portmadog, where it was shipped to the rest of the world. Before the steam trains came, it was pulled by horses up the line and a gravity train to bring it down. This is Boston Lodge, and it's 7:30 in the morning, and all the engines are being fired up now, ready for their day's work. This is Mervyn Emrys. It's a double engine and it's unique to the Festiniog Railway. Happens to be my favourite as well. At this time in the morning, only the drivers and people that are involved in working the trains are allowed to be here, as it's an important job and it could be dangerous. One of the great things about coming to the railway is that there's lots of adults around which supervise and tell you how to do things and that you wouldn't normally know how to do, and their enthusiasm for the railway rubs off on you. For instance, we've been learning how to fire up an engine, and there's lots of skills which the adults can teach you.
So what we want to do now is close the doors up. That should be all right for 10 minutes. We'll go outside and see what smoke we're making.
Okay. Being a volunteer on the railway is all about helping the railway to work efficiently and look good. Work involves lots of different things, from sorting out old dustbin bags and rubbish to painting the fronts of houses on the line. Right. It gets a bit boring sometimes and you get a bit fed up, but once you finish the job, you get a great sense of satisfaction and you can look back and say, I did that. And I know I was bored at times and I got really fed up, but hey, I did it and it looks great. And this is my contribution to the railway. We also go on works trains, which involves us going in an open wagon up the line and getting off at several places and doing work along the line. This can involve all sorts of things. Mainly the kids who go on works trains do roadie bashing, which is getting rid of all the rhododendrons along the line which get in the way and cause walls to fall and are generally a nuisance.
Is that it, Wayne?
Can I get in somewhere? Working on a railway and being interested in trains is definitely not just for boys. I know lots of girls that come here who are really interested but are perfectly normal people, and I've come to realise that there isn't really any such thing as a train, but they're normal human beings and great fun to be with, and I really enjoy their company.
Fall over.
Right, how can
Okay. Probably not. Okay, Harriet, come out of the way. I'll just slide it round. Just walk it in, hopefully. We'll go in. 20 fingers. Okay, and launch. There we are. On wardrobe.
One of the great things about working on the railway is all the friendships I've made. Everybody that works here has become really important to me. They're really great friends. And it's also great to do so much teamwork, to learn to work with other people in different situations.
Please don't put air on fire. Bottom. Look, 3 bundles of bottom.
Of course, volunteering isn't all hard work. When this is lit next weekend, we're going to have a really good time and a great party, so it'll be all worth it. Volunteering on the railway isn't just about me, it's the whole family are involved. Every time there's a mega bash or a working party, Mum's always there to make sure that the kids are all right and to help them with the work and tell them what to do. Dad joined the Heritage group, which involves looking after old equipment and carriages and things that need to be preserved. He sign writes as well to make sure that carriages and trains look exactly as they were when they were first built.
Well, this was the gunpowder wagon that was used on the railway originally to transport explosives up to the quarries. And we're trying to reproduce it to look like exactly it did before.
Right.
So what do you think?
It's great. My family have joined the Gwynedd Bat Group, which means that we help to protect bats and we learn more about them and hopefully educate other people on bats so that eventually they won't be an endangered species anymore. We've got 2 bats at home at the moment. Both of them have been injured and hopefully when they're better we'll be able to set them free. You can't keep bats as pets because it's against the law. They're very much protected. Yes, trying to get this wing open, isn't it?
Yes.
I've been living in Wales for 3 years now, and my house is just below one of the main stations, Tanner Bull, on the railway.
I'll go down and open the gate.
Oh, okay.
Living in the countryside makes me more aware of environmental problems and how important it is to keep our environment alive and fresh and safe. And also, it's just the beauty of the place. It would be awful if we lost that. And I think by living in the countryside, I've become aware of how important that is. This waterfall's just next to my house, and I feel really lucky that all this beauty and wildlife is right on my doorstep. Obviously, as I grow older, I'll be working less frequently on the railway. I won't have so much time, and my life won't be so completely centred around it. But hopefully, I will still come back as an adult and use skills that I've learnt in the big wide world at the railway and help it to progress more than it already has done. And whatever happens, the railway to me will always hold special and happy memories, which I'll never forget.
What an interesting way of life that Harriet's got there.